Hi everyone, I'm going to be teaching a balayage today. That was my starting canvas. In the back, I usually like to start diagonal back sections. I usually do 2 teasy light foils back to back, and I hold my balayage board at the same angle as the section, so also diagonal back. And I feather the lightener up to the root. You can do this at a slant. You can do it just feathered up kind of straight. You can do it in a V. It just depends on how much depth you want and what kind of look you're going for. And I kind of mix it up each section. So right now I'm just going straight up, feathering it so that it's still nice and soft when it's done processing. And after I've done those 2 back-to-back foils on each side, I'll take a horizontal section, and I do this so that the 2 side foils will connect at the end of the horizontal section, if that makes sense. So the end points of the section that I'm working on now, it'll connect the back 2 sections. That way there's no random patches of darkness, and it's almost like doing a brick lay foiling sectioning. So after I do my horizontal, I will take another diagonal back section on both sides of the head. And here I do a little bit more of an angle. You can see it a little better in this one, but I go higher on the right side. And this just will give it more depth towards the back middle. I do the same thing on the other side. When I'm foiling the back, I typically take a chunkier weave, especially because it's being backcombed. You'll get more coverage, and the back comb ensures a seamless blend. So here I'm angling it up again, higher on the left side, lower on the right side. And then I'll take another horizontal section, and if you could see, I just pointed to the end of the horizontal section, the 2 points where it connects with the previous diagonal back sections. And here I do a little bit more of a V. And again, those diagonal back sections, still taking a thicker weave and back combing. This side this foil I'm doing an even more dramatic slant or angle. I like it to be a little bit softer the higher you get up the head. Again, building that slant on this side. And then from here on out, I take horizontal sections all the way up until the mohawk. Again, the higher up I get, I tend to take finer weaves. Oh, I lied. Okay, I'm doing 2 more diagonal back on each side. Okay, and from here on out is when I take the mohawk section, and I'm going to do all horizontal sections, and I'm going to feather it much closer to the root than I was doing before. And I don't really angle or do V's in these sections. I pretty much just feather it all the way up to the root. And then for the money piece, I'll take a little micro slice, or you could do a micro weave for my very first foil. That way it lays the softest. Then my second one, I take another micro weave, like a baby light. Do the same for the third foil, but this time I did it a little bit thicker just so you continue to get that coverage. And then for the fourth foil, I take a little bit thicker of a section again, but this time I backcomb it. That way it has a softer transition from the money piece to the rest of the hair. So it's not like one solid chunk or line. Around the hairline, the first 3 foils I do are, again, micro weaves, so it is very soft. I like doing the micro weaves because if she needs to pull her hair back, it's just super soft and it's seamless, and it'll grow out really nice. And the rest of the hair on the sides, I will take chunky weaves again, just like I was doing in the back, and I will balayage those at an angle, tease the heck out of them, just like you're doing in the back. And then on this side, you're doing the same thing that you did on the other side. So here I'm showing how I teased the hair after. And then here I'm teasing the hair that was left out in between the foils of her money piece. That way, again, she gets a little bit more of an impact at the front. And here are all of her foils. Here is me pulling out the foils. The blend is already good. I washed out the back of her hair. Now she's processing under the lights. Taking out those foils, lifted to a nice, even level 9 inside of a banana. We rinse, shampoo. Because she has a bunch of backcombing in her hair, I conditioned before I toned. That way it's just easier for everyone involved to detangle the hair. So for her root shadow, I start in the back, section in 4. I think I shadow rooted with 7NW, Redken Shade ZQ, and I bring down her root about 1.5 inches in the back, and then the higher I get, I probably do more like 1 inch. Same thing on the sides. On the sides, I'll try to feather it down a little more at an angle, so as it gets further towards the back of her hair, I angled a little more. And then her money piece, I section that out and I just barely tap it. That way she still gets a lot of brightness and impact. Then comb it through with the brush. That ensures a seamless blend. And then again, I'm combing and toning just to make sure everything blends perfectly. I toned with 10NW, 10NP, and 10N, I believe. Then you let that process for 20 minutes after you've got it all on. And this is her toner processing. And then here is it just blow dried. I'm curling her right now. Nice and seamless. Still a lot of depth. Definitely looks a little bit more solid when it's straight. And then once you get it curled, it definitely shows all of the dimension. So nice and dimensional, blended, soft, pretty. I'm a horrible explainer, so hopefully this video made some sort of sense. Thank you.